All Stars Online is brought to you by season sponsor Alpro, a certified Danone B Corp company focused on making the best barista-crafted plant-based drinks. The full range consists of the soya, almond, coconut, and gluten-free oat drinks. They've been created with high bar performance and quality in mind, so you'll be able to find an ingredient that complements your coffee perfectly, regardless of flavor profile, processing, origin, or roast.
Hello and welcome, folks, to All Stars Online season number 5. I'm your host, Winston Thomas, and this week I'm very excited to be joined by the 2013 World Coffee in Good Spirits champion, all the way from France, Victor. You must tell me if I'm saying this right. Victor Delpierre.
Yes, it's perfect.
Delpierre.
Sounds good.
Victor Delpierre. How are you, Victor?
I'm very well. Hello, everybody from the sunny French Riviera. I'm based in Lorgues, a very lovely Provençal village situated between Nice and Marseille. 1 hour from Nice, 1 hour from Marseille, 1 hour from Saint-Tropez, 1 hour from the sea. So, it's a very nice place.
It looks very sunny out there, Victor.
Behind me, this is a studio, but behind, outside, it's very sunny. Yes,
it's not quite beach weather yet, right? It's not warm enough for you to go and sit on the beach, right? Cape Town is lovely, by the way. Cape Town, it's perfect beach weather. You must come and visit.
I've never been yet, so let's do this.
That's an open invite, right? So before we get started, I'm really excited to ask Victor a couple of questions. First things first, though, we'd like to say a warm thank you to our season sponsor, Alpro. Thank you very much. They've sponsored season 5 of our WCE All-Star series, and our stars are going to be making some delicious signature beverages with Alpro's range of plant-based ingredients. So stay tuned and check it out. For this specific episode, I'm going to chat to Victor about his coffee career, about competitions, about more. And we also have Victor's signature beverage video. Now, as a coffee in good spirits world champion, this is Victor's speciality. This is what he does. Right, this is what he does, and I'm really looking forward to that video, especially considering that Victor is quite the YouTube star, right? And then we're also going to have some coffee stories from other all stars, and then finally Victor's going to be sharing his coffee playlist for us to listen to after the show. So, like I said, I've been waiting to chat to this guy and asking him a couple of questions. Let's start from the beginning, right? Let's start from the beginning. This is the first question we ask everyone. How long have you been in the industry, Victor? And how did you get started in coffee?
So I've been in the coffee industry for already 11 years.
Okay.
I competed for the National French Barista Championship, and I was 5th. So that was my first really deep coffee experience.
Okay.
And what's funny is that I've started to improve my coffee knowledge because I didn't like coffee. And this is a true story. My first specialty coffee experience was in 2007. And I was impressed. At this time, I hated so much coffee because I didn't understand why people like this bitter and watery dark drink. And for me, it was absolutely disgusting. But as soon as I drank my first specialty coffee, I became fascinated and fascinated by the power of coffee. So I decided to train myself. I have researched how could I be coached to become a barista beginner, to be able to perform for the international competition called WorldSkills, which is a competition who promotes the professional skills for young people under 23 years old, over 50 countries. And I was competing as maître d'hôtel. And one of the 40 many competitions for this global one was barista skills. So I was really impressed, shocked. I don't know how to say it, but when I've learned that it was about coffee, I was, okay, shit, what can I do? What I will do with this? I hate coffee, and it's very difficult. It was very, very difficult for me. During this competition, it was fish carving, fruit carving, wine tasting, flambage, all the skills you have to do in a gastronomic restaurant in front of customers. But this, I love it so much. But about the coffee, I was so disappointed at the beginning. But in fact, this is the really first part of my coffee career and coffee experience.
And when did Coffee in Good Spirits come about?
I did it in 2013. It was also the first competition in France. So I am the first Coffee in Good Spirits French champion, and I am the first French world champion. So it's something really unique and specific for me, because I didn't have to compete for years to be able to win. And so yes, first 6 competition, I won my first experience, international experience. So that's very strange, but it's like
I think that's a very big achievement, right? I didn't realize that you won immediately.
Okay.
For those that aren't that familiar with competitions and stuff like that, what would you say are some challenges that people can expect when competing in barista competitions or Coffee in Good Spirits or any coffee competition for that matter?
Let's say that nobody really can understand before competing the difficulty of the competitions. So even if you train very, 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 very much, even if you try to train yourself in not the easiest way, you will never be able to reproduce the emotion you feel on stage. And this is very, very hard. And I can say that the seconds just before you raise your hand to start the time, this moment is so emotional, and all your body is almost shaking, and your heart rate is so high, so fast. So this is a huge challenge.
I think for someone that's never competed before, or someone that's hearing about barista competition, Coffee in Good Spirits, coffee competitions in general for the first time, competing at the world stage, this sounds like a very scary thing. And it could put some people off. Why would you encourage people to compete when, even though there's so many challenges, or what do you think would be some good words to encourage people to get into competitions?
For any competition, I say that the goal is not to win. The goal is to improve yourself, to understand who you are. So I would encourage people to compete, firstly, to improve their skills, to improve the self-control, and then I would encourage them to compete, because nobody can expect how much your life can be changed after the competition. And I'm talking about personal life and professional life.
Yeah.
And this is the most important for me. Never do to win, do to be better in your daily life. It's just something you do for you.
Yeah.
To reach a goal, and the goal is not to win. It's to be better with yourself. This is what I think. What I think.
I agree with you. Like, winning is the cherry on top, right? But all that work, all that experience, all the skills you build, you get to use in your career after the competition. Very well said. Well, we're going to take a short break on the questions, because I see a very interesting photo here where he's holding Victor's holding a trophy, but it's not his Coffee in Good Spirits trophy. Yeah. Victor, can you tell us a bit more about this, and when and where exactly is this?
So as you can see, it was in 2012. It was in the middle of France, in the Auvergne region, where I became French national cyclist champion in the category of HoReCa workers. So there is the military national cyclist competition. There is the policeman cyclist championship. And I won as the HoReCa, so for chefs and all the people, butchers, but all the people who work in the HoReCa industry can participate into this cyclist national championship, and I won. And what's funny is that now cycling and coffee is more and more, it's a fusion. There are more and more cyclists, professional cyclists in the peloton who are almost barista pro. They learn every morning how to pour a beautiful latte art. So the coffee cycling community is something bigger and bigger. And there are a lot of pro cyclists who love to do coffee rides, and sometimes they invite me to do on the bike. And what's fun is I share my skills and knowledge about coffee, latte art, even if I'm not the pro for latte art, but I improve them. I teach them how to steam the milk or do something like that. Of course, sometimes during the winter period, I give them some cold brew cocktails.
I thought so.
But it's nice because it's very friendly, and I could not expect, because I am a cyclist for years, I could not expect that the coffee cycling community could be as big as it is now, and it's so nice.
For a second, I thought you gave up your Tour de France dreams for coffee.
No, I'm not at this level, but it's so nice, to go slowly for them. But me, I am suffocated. So, it's something.
I can imagine.
But it's very funny to share with them my passion of coffee, my passion of cycling, and all together we do amazing stuff. Okay. And you will see a few videos this year, more and more, because I also work with pro team as a coffee sponsor, and and also sometimes as a chef.
Very interesting. Speaking about videos, we've got a little signature beverage video that we've got to watch. Right?
Ooh la la. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I don't think I'm ready for this. Eh? Would you like to introduce it for us, Victor? Please go ahead. Introduce it for the good people.
It's of course a twist of the iconic Irish coffee, but it's not a warm drink. It's not cold. It's between. And I did it at 2,600 meters altitude on top of the mountain in a ski resort. What? And the ski resort is called Oron, and it is situated at 1 hour 30 minutes of Nice. So it's a unique place because you can have a coffee in front of the sea. Then you go up, you ski all day, and you take the aperitif back to Nice. Wow. On the sunny beach. So, it's a unique place, and I really wanted to share with you this place I love, and I really wanted to make it unique for you. So let's have a look. Welcome to Oron. Oron is a ski resort situated at only 1 hour and 30 minutes from Nice. And during 1 week at the beginning of January, there is an event called Les Chefs au Sommet. And during 1 week, the chefs from the French Riviera are invited on top of the mountain to cook and to do master classes. Today I'm going to do a unique coffee cocktail for you. Hi guys, I'm Victor Delpierre, Coffee and Go Space World Champion, and today on top of the mountain at 2,600 meters, I'm gonna do a coffee cocktail. Because we are on top of the mountain, I decided to use the AeroPress, and today I'm gonna use a black honey from Costa Rica, and this coffee will give to the cocktail nice sweetness, round body with breadfruit notes and a nice acidity. I'm going to twist the iconic Irish coffee with this chartreuse, which is made by Meilleur Ouvrier de France sommelier. And this will add some vegetal notes. And on top, we will finish the cocktail with, of course, a whipped cream. Let's go.
You can't break my focus. All I got right now is attention. Give me the divine intervention. Hey, you done got me started. Every day is just the beginning. Ticket to the bank, now I'm winning. Oh, oh, oh. Call me crazy, tell me lies. It won't stop me, watch me rise. No more anchors holding me down. All I need is more. One more hour, one more minute, one more chance for me to win it. Yeah, I want more.
Alors, regardez les amis, on n'est pas bien là.
Oh là là, merci, c'est génial.
Mais on est des privilégiés.
On est vraiment privilégiés là.
C'est très classe. Thank you very much, World Coffee Event, for this invitation. It was an honor to be able to share with you this new coffee cocktail. See you soon for next one. Bye.
Oh, push me through the fire.
And see you soon on the French Riviera.
Burning underneath of my feet. Ooh.
Victor, if I try and make this coffee and I try and make this drink, right? That looked amazing, but I'm in Cape Town and it's warm here. Am I going to enjoy it as much, right? Because that looks so tasty. So I have to be 2,000 meters above sea level in the middle of snow to enjoy it in that way.
Absolutely not. You cool down the temperature by stirring it in a mixing glass. This will be better for you.
So you're bringing elements from the whole culinary world into your drinks.
Yes, this is my goal, because what I want to reach is to create experiences for customers and to make them, to create souvenirs for them. I decided to create something dedicated to gastronomy, because chefs inspired me. They teach me how to create. They teach me how to work. They educate my palate for years. I use ingredients from the kitchen, from the chef, and I create experiences. And my way to express myself now is to create not a dish, not a dessert, but to create a cocktail. And the ingredient, coffee ingredient, is something amazing, because with coffee you can do everything.
Beautiful, beautiful. So back to competitions and the world stage specifically now, I think. What was it like? Where was the Coffee and Good Spirits 2013 World Championships?
In France. In France.
So it was the first time France had a Coffee and Good Spirits. You won the competition, you went to the World Championships, and it was at home in your backyard. What was that like?
Wow, how can I say it? How can I describe it? Of course, it was exciting. I need maybe to shake all the emotions I had to make it understanding. So yes, it was very, 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 very emotional, very specific, remarkable. Every day I think about these moments. It changed a lot of me. Wow, it was crazy, lovely, amazing.
So that was nine years ago, right? We can say it's been a long time, right? And I know that the barista competitions have changed quite a bit. How do you think the Coffee and Good Spirits has changed since then?
Of course, the competition, the rules changed for the Coffee and Good Spirits. At my time, it was very, very, very short. It was only 8 minutes. So you had to work in a rush, to find solutions to make remarkable and in a short time. Okay. Now competitors have 2 minutes more to express themselves. And there is also a new competition before, So the competition has changed, but also because now all the competitions are filmed, and it's also online live stream. So at my time, it was not. So I have no video of my routine, and I'm a little bit sad of this.
I was just about to ask you, can I find your video online, or was anyone there with a cell phone?
Okay, let's do this. If someone has the video, please send us.
Okay, folks, you heard it here. If you've got a video of the finals of Coffee in Good Spirits, please send us the video. We need to see this. We need to relive the moment. Okay, please, anyone has it. So you're still based in France, right? It's been 9 years since the competition. Tell me about specialty coffee in France.
I can say that we are well known for our gastronomy, for the wines, for the cheeses, for everything connected to gastronomy, of course. But in fact, for years, the coffee was not as tasty and as good as our gastronomy is, but it's changing. It's moving very fast. It's not anymore a small world dedicated only for 400 people. And there are more and more people who are interested about the specialty coffee industry. I can say that now because we all worked for years teaching the chefs how can be good and tasty the coffee, the specialty coffee, that this industry is changing. Now in a 3 Michelin star restaurants, in few because I've done it, you can enjoy a V60. You can enjoy a Chemex pairing with a meat or a fish. So, you know, I was really frustrated for years because the chef, as I told you, teach me, educated my palate. And then when I was with them, explaining them what is the specialty coffee, the answer was, okay, but you know, Victor, it's difficult. But now the chefs, Michelin chefs, understood that coffee is the last taste in your mouth when you leave the restaurant.
Yeah.
And what I do now for chefs is to make the coffee according to the identity of the food. So the idea is just to link the last taste, the coffee, with the whole experience you have been able to enjoy during the dinner or the lunch. So what I wanted for years is now available in many and more Michelin star chef restaurants. And sometimes I create a coffee ritual to finish the experience. And sometimes I do, so this is more about slow coffee. And for some chefs, I select different specialty coffees according to the seasonal menu. And when the season change, I change the coffee. So like this, there is a link until the end of the experience and the last taste. So I've been fighting a lot with chefs for years, and now everything is changing and it's possible. And I'm happy. It was tough, but now it's in France. Specialty coffee is not only for geek, but for more and more people. And thanks to maybe the COVID, which finally give time to people to understand what or make them understanding how they can improve their work. And coffee was part of this huge changements.
Okay, that's really interesting. Well, we're trying to do the same thing down here, getting the chefs to pay a bit more attention. So maybe I'll get a few tips and a few notes from you for the chefs to be serving better coffee in the best restaurants over here.
Okay,
So
just invite me and I come. We do it, huh? And then
please, my friend, we need to talk about this.
And then we enjoy coffee cocktails, huh?
Please. So, coffee man, cyclist, like what else do you do behind the scenes, right? You're quite used to being behind the camera as well. So tell us a bit more about that.
So I'm lucky to be part of many gastronomic events. I also do master classes to promote the non-alcoholic beverage for the HoReCa industry, because for me it's something very important.
Okay.
I want to make people who are not able to drink alcohol enjoying as much as we do when we enjoy a cocktail, when we enjoy a glass of wine. So my work is not only to do cocktails, but I really want to create experiences and make people happy. You know, the monocepage, so the variety of the grapes, I get inspired by the flavors they have, and I try to reach the same feeling into the mouth. So it's a lot of work, but step by step, it's better and better. I do a lot of consulting for Michelin chefs to imagine magical experiences we talked about, rituals to create souvenirs, emotions. And actually, we're finalizing the season 2 of our YouTube saga dedicated to home barista, because on this YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel called Victor Delpierre, please, if you are not following, please click and help us to promote more and more the magic of coffee and the magic of cocktails. We started this YouTube channel during the first lockdown, and the idea was to share with people how they can improve the coffee at home. So I teach them how to brew coffee. I teach them how to set up the machine, but I also for barista lovers, coffee lovers, I also explain. Present to the community new coffees, new roasters, but the idea is to teach people at home with minimum, not the biggest equipment, how you can make your coffee better in your daily life.
That's really cool. Like and subscribe. I've already liked.
Subscribe, please.
Quick shout out there for Victor. I've already subscribed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, we've got one more little video to play, but before we do it, we'd like to thank again our series sponsor, Alpro. Thank you very much. Victor used that ingredient so well in his signature beverage video. But this next one is our coffee story segment. So we've reached out to a few people in the industry to ask them how they first got into coffee, because we all have our story of how and why. Watch this one and I hope you enjoy it.
Hello everyone, this is Alex, World Coffee Roasting Champion 2016, and today I'm gonna talk to you about how I started in coffee. I believe it was like maybe 7 years ago, 7, 8. So me and my girlfriend, Kati, we had a restaurant together. You know, a steakhouse. We were trying to get everything like, you know, as perfect as possible in food. Coffee, we had something like, you know, something called coffee. We had no clue how to brew it, or even like, you know, that you can like brew something. You just like, you know, add coffee and that's it, or milk or whatever. So yeah, it was quite funny, you know. One day, Kati's sister came to us. By the way, she used to be a bartender on the large cruise ships from US, like, you know, the huge ones. So she had a lot of experience, not necessarily like, you know, calibrating an espresso or like, you know, but just like, you know, brewing some coffee and like steaming milk, obviously, which we didn't know. But anyway, she came, she asked for a cappuccino. We were like, yeah, sure. Here's the cappuccino. She was like, what is this? It's like, yeah, it has espresso, milk, foam. It's basically a cappuccino. And she was like, no, it's not. Like, this is like, you know, the old-fashioned way how to do, like, you know, when nobody knew anything about it. So she went in the bar, steamed the milk, brewed the espresso, everything, and she poured, like, you know, she didn't make any crazy latte art, but she made like a heart, you know. And we were like, what is this? This is the cappuccino. The foam is like, you know, elastic and shiny, everything, you know, like it has a better balance than whatever you brewed. And since that moment we were like, okay, we need to learn, like, you know, kind of everything. Me, I wasn't drinking any coffee, so I maybe one time a year, I found it like too bitter for me, and I was like not interested in coffee. And then but when I saw this cappuccino, I was like, I need to learn. I went like crazy, you know, like learn, and yeah, this was you know, the beginning of the journey. Obviously I got into specialty coffee, and here I am today, so rock and roll.
Great video, perfect video. I always enjoy listening to other people's stories. Sometimes it's very similar, but it's always interesting to hear about these weird and crazy stories about how people got into coffee, because we've all come from a different background and ended up in this coffee world. Like you said, this coffee family together.
And
right?
people, always people ask me, how many coffee do you drink, or how per day? And they ask me, so you were a coffee lover for years? And I say, no. I started because I didn't like these ingredients. That's so nice.
Folks, don't forget that on Thursday, Victor's going to be live on the Barista Guild's Instagram live, where he'll be chatting some more about his coffee career. We'll see you then. You can ask him some questions, interact a little bit. Yeah, we really hope you enjoyed the show. But for now, we're going to leave you with a link to Victor's playlist. Victor, do you want to introduce your playlist and some memorable songs that have made it into the running of the playlist?
So, guys, don't be shocked. It's not so relaxed, but just enjoy it. Have fun with your friends. If you want to party, it's time with this playlist.
Beautiful. Enjoy the playlist, guys. Enjoy the music, Victor. I thank you, my friend. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode.
Ciao.
Cheers. Bye-bye.